Hey guys, Collar here, bringing you another commentary of a classic series, and this time I'm bringing you July Zerg versus Nada, a classic ZBT matchup in 2005. This is the March 2005 OSL Finals, the IOPS OSL, and both players are going for their second OSL titles. A lot of you guys have asked for games from Nada and from July Zerg. In fact, someone just messaged me this morning asking for a Nada game, so I do present you this series. It seems I have a little more time this weekend than I thought. In any case, July's actually his weakest lineups against against Terran rather. His strongest is against Zerg. Looks like in his lifetime actually he's only 51% against Terran, and Nada's actually 62% against Zerg. That's his strongest matchup. So we'll see if July manages to overcome this sort of statistical deficit. Both players are near the peak of their abilities at this point. Nowadays they still play, and often they do show excellent play, but at other times they do look significantly out of form. But at this point, July Zerg was really the dominant Zerg until the Savior generation in 2006, Nada, of course, is in the middle of winning 3 OSL titles total and 3 MSL titles, becoming the winningest player in StarCraft history. In any case, this is the first game, and it's played on Requiem, a 4-player map. You have spawn points at the 12, 3, 6, and 9, and here we have Nada spawning in green at the 3 o'clock, and I think we have July spawning in orange at the 12 o'clock. Your main base starts at the bottom of a ramp that leads to a central plateau, which is in the middle of the map, and you don't really have much of a natural expansion on this map. You do have a position above your ramp which has 6 mineral patches, and if you manage to mine through those, there's a much better expansion that's sort of protected, and it has a lot more minerals and a Vespian gas geyser, but your natural expansion doesn't have a Vespian gas geyser, so I don't expect Nada, at least, to go for a fast expansion. I think the Terran player would find it quite risky and uneconomical to do so. It just wouldn't be very beneficial. But it looks like July Zerg probably will go for it, I think, because it would make sense for Zerg just to get his hatchery up there and to protect his ramp a little bit. So we'll see if Nada decides to go for sort of an early attack with Medic Marines or something. Looks like he is going to get a supply depot inside his base. On this kind of map, a rush is possible, being that there is a large central area, and proxy barracks could happen, but it doesn't look like Nada's going to go for that. July Zerg actually sending out quite an early drone there. I'm not sure who this is. Looks like, yeah, the drone's going to try to scout Nada's base, and looks like he's going to get to Nada's base. I'm interested why July decided to do that. Perhaps he's going to go for a rush, or perhaps he just wants to make sure Nada isn't going to cheese him. And looks like Nada is building his barracks within his base, so not going for a cheese here. And July's just going to try to harass that SCV building the barracks, and he's actually going to force, I think, 2 SCVs off the line for Nada. Yeah, so if you guys want to see more classic games, let me know. Let me know what else you want to see. Like I said, I'm choosing this series just because you guys have been requesting games from these two, and I looked at the list of professional competitions in the past, and this was up there. Looks like July going for quite a fast second hatchery there. I think it might have been... Actually, no, it might have just been a 12 hatchery. I'm not sure exactly of the timing, but it looks like he's going to get his natural expansion up there. But it looks like he is going to get a spawning pool. It looks like Nada actually going for 2 barracks. Yeah, I saw that there. So I'm not sure if July can get up his third hatchery up in time before dealing with this rush. I think he might be better off getting his gas and getting speedlings or something, just working off of 2 hatcheries for now. And we'll see what he decides to do, whether he decides to go for 3 hatcheries anyway. Because it looks like Nada could be going for an early rush here. And we'll see if July decides to go for quicker tech or to go for sort of a large Zergling build of his own. It looks like he is going to get gas, so I don't expect him to get his third hatchery as soon as he would without it. Looks like his hatchery is almost done at the natural expansion. Nada sending out 1 Marine here. And Nada actually will be quite far behind if his early rush doesn't do a lot of damage here, because he is going to be confined to his 1 base, and July does have 2 bases, so we'll see if Nada's rush pays off for him. Looks like he's going to be going for sort of a Medic Marine build here, and I don't know who this guy is, but he looks quite happy to be there. July just transferring 2 drones now to his natural expansion, and he's going to start mining those. I'm not sure if you can trick a worker across those mineral lines like you can on a map like, say, Monty Hall, where you can get through using either 2 workers or a pylon or something. But it would be quite difficult for Zerg to do it anyway. Looks like Nada is going to get a scout in July's base, and Nada actually has a sizable force of Marines here. He's got about 7 Marines here, and July's early 6th Lings aren't going to be able to do much here. But July is going to be able to spot this, and July is going to suspect a rush here. Nada sacrificing his economy a little bit to set up a lot of Marines early on, and July is going to be retreating from his base here. And we'll see if Nada decides to push out. July getting a creep colony here. He's going to need it. And he looks like he's building his lair and his natural expansion just to provide some more hit points for his lair, possibly. And I'm not sure if you can actually get inside the enemy base without going through the natural expansion. I'm not sure how far ahead the ramp is in front of the natural expansion, but if it's very far ahead, Nada could be able to get some stim-pack Marines and just run through there and cause great devastation to July's main. It looks like July actually getting a second creep colony. He's really worried about this rush, and he should be, because Nada does have a significant force of Marines there. And once he gets medics, he could be able to go for a sunken break. Looks like July is going to get a Hydralisk Den up, and Nada's actually really moving out here, and he's got a fire bat and a medic following up. July's going to spot it with all his Zerglings here. He only has about 5 Zerglings at his front. Looks like he does have a couple Zerglings en route here, and a Zergling trying to get into the main of Nada here, and he is going to get in and get a scout off, and he's going to see pretty much what he expects, an academy up and upgrading stim, it looks like, and 2 barracks. So July needs to get some more defenses up, I feel, because Nada has probably a dozen now. And actually, Nada going in for an attack here with, looks like about 10 medic Marines, and July not using his Zerglings. He should be using everything he can right now to do some damage to these units while the Sunkens attack. But all the Sunkens are down now. 2 Sunkens trying to morph in, and 2 Firebats here are going to clean up all these Zerglings that are morphing up. And July in serious trouble here. Nada going for a great timing attack here before July could get up any higher tech units. And looks like Nada's actually going to take down all the Sunkens here. Only 4 Zerglings coming up for July, and July's actually going to lose all those Zerglings. So Nada's going to succeed here in taking out the natural. I think that this is GG for July Zerg. July Zerg failing to protect himself. And Nada just doing a very quick sunken break there. Excellently played by Nada, and I feel a little poorly played by July, leaving himself open to what is a relatively basic medic Marine push. And you have to give credit to Nada, though, for anticipating July's build and just knowing exactly when to attack, timing it greatly, timing it very well. I feel it was really poor by July, not using his Zerglings to attack. He should have just gotten a couple more Zerglings and attacked those medic Marines while they were busy attacking the sunken colonies. But in any case, Nada has won the first game of this series. It is a best of 5, so look forward to game 2. It will be coming right now, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This is Cholera.